welcome to Crochet Moments. This is episode 38. I'm Helen, I live in Leicester in the UK, and this is my place where I like to talk all things crochet, knitting and yarn obsession, because let's face it, we all have yarn obsessions, otherwise we wouldn't be here. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since my last episode, and not a lot's happened. I've been to work again. It's just been a whole real ring of going to work, come home, cook dinner. Go to work, come home, cook dinner. I've also started running in park run. I've done 2 park runs. The first time, Catherine nearly killed me. Because I'm so unfit, which is hilarious because I used to do half marathons and things like that, and a park run, for those not familiar with the concept, is a free running event that takes place in it's usually local parks, hence the name Park Run, and it's run by volunteers, and it's a structured run, 5 kilometres, 3.2 miles, no, 3.1 miles because it's 6.2 for the 10k, and I really want to lose some of this tummy and try and do some running again, because that really helped with my mental health, and I've been struggling recently with work-related stress, so for the most part, my knitting and crochet helps, but I needed some sort of physical outlet for that stress. So running used to really help when I was going through some pretty rough times in my life. So that's what I'm doing. I'm 2 park runs down. I took 2 minutes off my latest time last Saturday, and hopefully tomorrow I'll get a little bit faster. So. Who knows? I've been too tired after work to go for a run in the evenings, so I haven't done any running in between, which is not good. Anyway, you're not here to hear me rattle on about running and work-related stress, so you're here to see my yarny stuff. So today I have got a finished object. I've got some works in progress that I've been working on. I've got a tiny bit of incoming to talk about, and I've got a giveaway to announce, prizes to give out, and I've just realised I've left the prizes upstairs on my bookshelf. That's useful. So I'll talk about that in a bit. Anyway, so let's go finished object. Now, this isn't properly finished, ends are not sewn in, and I could not finish the full length of the scarf because I ran out of yarn, which I thought I might anyway. So this is the Portobello Road shawl. So it's still a decent size. It's, it's still a wrap. It will still go over your shoulders, just would need maybe a shawl pin to hold it in place, as opposed to it going over the shoulder and staying there on its own. I really love this so much. So this is my 6th finish of 2022. I've done 6 finishes so far. I'm quite close to another finish, but yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. I enjoyed it. A bit disappointed I couldn't put the edging. Although if I had wound off the start, this would have been even shorter. I think it was 2 repeats off. So I haven't blocked it yet. Melissa of Knit and Crochet Spot. I need to stop saying Melissa of Knit and Crochet Spot has made this much better than I have. That would be because she used the right length of yarn. She used a whirl, which is what this pattern was designed for, and I used a yarn mixology bobble, which was only 900 meters. They do come in 1000 meters. I bought that particular one before I knew much about yarns and things. I just saw it, loved the colours. So I do love this. Catherine has announced that she wants to use it. I might let her, I'm not sure. But this is really, really nice. And once it's blocked to open up these stitches a little, it will be even nicer. So here it is. I don't have the yarn band for this anymore. This was Yarn Mixology Bramble Bush. And it's this lovely, it goes from this, that's the wrong side. This lovely deep purple into slightly lighter colours and into this lovely green. The pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I'm sure you'll be able to find it free elsewhere if you're not a Ravelry user. And it is, I can never remember the name of the designer. No, it is Titty Stinky. So there it is. It's really, really lovely, and I would not be averse to making it again, although not just yet. I have so many other whips to get out of the way first. So that is finished, and I've already picked out the project that is replacing this in my crochet wheel. I have lots and lots of projects on my knit wheel, and let me just quickly explain that, because I do believe somebody asked a little while ago and I never properly showed you and explained. Let's turn the volume down off this because I always get adverts. So I have a decision wheel, it's like decision roulette, and I have set up one for my crochet projects, one for my knit projects. So then I spin that and then I hear it. And then I have a days of the week wheel. So 1 to 7 to decide how long I'm going to work on a particular project. But as you can see, so this is basically when I had a sort out when I was in isolation. I decided that all of my all of my projects that I had already kitted up were going into the wheel. And when they spin, if they haven't already been started, I'll start them. And I will just keep going until I'm down to 4 or 5 whips again. So that's my knit. That's my knit wheel at the moment. I also have a wheel to help me choose which pattern book to choose my next amigurumi from. So that's how I decide basically what I'm working on. There are a couple of exceptions to that. I have 3 crochet alongs that are active that I'm working along. Actually no, 2 crochet alongs and a knit along. So I'm doing those whenever crochet comes up on my thing. So I do a knit and then a crochet, a knit and then a crochet. That's basically how I roll with choosing which of my many projects I work on. There are occasions when I will spin something so I don't really feel like that, and I will just spin again until it lands on something that I actually feel like working on. If I've got a couple of projects that I particularly fancy working on, maybe I might just spin until one of those comes up. So anyway, that's my whip wheel. Whenever you hear me talking about it, it's that. And so now on to my whips. I haven't got lots of whips to show you today. I've been mostly working on my sweater. So let's start with this. This is in a bag I got from Aldi actually. It's fantastic. It's a huge size. It's like a bucket bag. And it's great if you're having a project with multiple balls of wool. So you can just roll it down as you need to. But I don't need to roll this one down because the balls of yarn are quite large. So let's get this out. So this is the project that I have been working on. It's a Serdar Jewelspun pattern, and it is pattern number 10028. It doesn't have a name. I'm not 100% sure the name of the designer. Let's see if it says in here. No, it doesn't have a designer name, but I really love this jumper, and I really love this yarn. I will definitely be buying this yarn again. It's one that I always avoided getting because I see the price tag. So it's £10 for a 200 gram ball, and for me that's always seemed a little expensive because it's a 100% acrylic yarn, and I don't know, I feel that if it's acrylic it shouldn't be that expensive because, well, it's not like the hand dyed wool where a lot of work has gone into it. A machine has done this basically. But this is amazing yarn. It's like a roving yarn, so I don't know if you can see, but just in those strands there are some that are thicker than others, and it's really nice to work with. It's very soft, and even though it's 200 grams, there's still 500 meters in there, so there's quite a lot of yarn in one ball. I have this much left of my second ball, and I am on my second sleeve. Let's just try and get myself all right. Okay, I'm getting all tangled up. I love this sweater so much. Here it is. So there's the first sleeve. It's just amazing. I love the colours of the yarn, and this cable twist. I did mess up the cable twist a little bit, but you can't really tell. I did make it a little longer than, I just stabbed myself with a DPN. I did make it a little bit longer to allow for the fact that I like my sweaters to sit on at my hip line or longer. I don't like them. Maybe when I've lost a bit more of my tummy, I might feel more confident wearing shorter tops, but at the moment that tummy's there and this fits perfectly. I've been trying it on throughout. I was a little bit worried that the sleeve would be too long. Let's just show you. So when I hold it against myself, it's like that, but once it's on, it is a tiny, it sort of goes to there on me. So it's a teeny bit long, but it's not humongously long. And I am using DPNs for the sleeve. I'm using my Knit Pro Carbons. I'm not the biggest fan of these needles. Oh, let's cover my face. Not the biggest fan of these needles because they sound really hollow as I'm knitting with them, so they make a really annoying noise. And I seem to have misplaced one. All 5 went into my little bag that I put my needles in. Some of them are loose, some of them I remember I'm good, and I remember to put them in their little packets. I don't know where the one's gone. I'm using my row counters that I bought the other week from Amazon. It's just a plastic sort of barrel type thing, and that will just help me remember where my decreased rows are. And I've got a progress keeper there that I bought from Dinah's Home of Crafts. It's a pussycat. Let's try and get it to focus. Simon's got a little square on the screen so I can see where it's supposed to focus, and I still get it wrong. But that's my sweater. So with a bit of luck, the next time I get this on my wheel, it will spin for enough days to get the sleeve and the neckline done, and it will be another finish. I really hope to get it finished in good time to still be able to wear it and not be too warm. That's that whip that I've been working on. So the other whips that I haven't made huge amounts of progress on, but I'll still show them. So this one is a whip that hasn't been seen in a little while. And this is my amigurumi project. So I have an ongoing amigurumi project. There will always be amigurumi in my works in progress because I'm not very good at them and I'm trying to improve. There are so many amigurumis out there that I really, really, really love, and I need them in my life, so I need to get better at them. My girls love playing with the things I make. I love gifting the things that I make, and I actually quite enjoy making them. I just don't understand why they come out looking so weird sometimes. But this one's supposed to look weird because it is from Edward's Crochet Imaginarium. Now, the girls have spotted the dogs one. There is a new Edward's menagerie book for dogs, and they are dog obsessed. So that might have to find its way onto a gift list somewhere for a future birthday or Christmas present maybe. I'm still looking for ideas for my birthday, so it might find its way on there. But yes, I'm really loving this. So this one has different sort of feet, different arms, and different heads. And I'm just using my artificial intelligence friend whenever I use this book to randomly select a number from 1 to, I think there are 23 in each. Yeah, so there's 23, between 1 and 23, and that is the one that I will make. And this is the creature I have so far. He's so cute. I love him so much. Or her, because, I don't know, pink. This, oh God, there's hair everywhere. I seem to be molting. So this is, so it has a standard body shape, head and body shape. And so it's the add-ons. So the hands have got these just chains for claws. And the legs, so I've got one toe done, and there's another toe, so there's going to be 3 toes on the foot. So I might work on this one again. So I'm trying to alternate on my projects that I have for half an hour, well, between 20 minutes and half an hour in the mornings when I wake up, while Simon's in the shower. And the progress that I've made on this little guy has been during that time. So that's why there's not been huge amounts of progress. So that's that. So the yarn I'm using for this one is this absolutely amazing yarn, and I have no idea what yarn it is. It came from my mum's stash. There was no ball label. It's probably a million years old. It's got this, it's a grey, but it has tints of green and pink going through it. And I love this yarn. I want to make a scarf or something in this colour, but I haven't got a clue what brand it is. It's highly unlikely to still be being made, as it would have been in my mum's stash for a while before it even got to mine, and it's been in my stash for a good 4 years. And the pink is some Starcraft that I had left over, and it is just a little tiny bit, so I just about had enough to do the little Mohican and the claws. I've got tiniest bit left, but I'm going to keep as many of these little scraps that I have that might work as contrasts for my little toy projects. So that's that one. And another project that I've been working on in the mornings is living in my No Way crochet bag, but it's a knit project in here. And this is my, and I can never remember if it's Cozy Moments or Coziest Moments blanket, and Simon is always telling me off. It's not even Cozy Moments, it's Coziest Memory. So the blankets I am following is the Coziest Memory Blanket by Kemper Wray, and I love it. I'm doing mine slightly different in that I'm working mine corner to corner because I haven't decided how big I want it to be yet. And here it is. So let's get that the right way round. That's the right side. So there it is. It's a bit floppy in the middle. So here it is. So I'll be putting one in here next. Some of these are starting to look more rectangle than square. I'm hoping that it will come together eventually. I'm sure. So I love these colours so much, and the yarn that I'm using for this is my bag of, that's the next colour that I'm using, of Pink Bear and Jemima's mystery blanket balls. So a little while ago, Andy of Attic Spin Dye sent me a bag as a little gift in one of my orders to try, and I was, I need to use these. And then I found this pattern and I thought that would be perfect. So that's what all of my little minis. So in here I have I don't just have Attic Spin Dye yarns in here now. I've just been picking out some of the 10 gram minis that I get. So this is Attic Spin Dye. I love that colour. There's some beautiful colours in here. This one is one I got from a mystery bag at a yarn show. I think I got it in a mystery bag at Bakewell. That's where I got that one from, Bakewell. As was this one. That was looking a little bit big. I'm wondering if that's a 20 gram. I'll have to stick that on there. If it's a 20 gram, it can go in my 20 gram box because I have a plan, half a plan for my 20 gram minis. But then also, when you place an order with Andy, you get a little thank you bag, and there's almost always a little mini in those as well. So this is one of the minis that was in that. I love that grey, the purples. That's beautiful. So yes, I've got all of these colours. Oh, I love that one. I could sit here showing you these colours all night. So this is the bag of ones that I haven't used yet. and I have a bag for the ones that I have used, so that I can try and avoid too much colours touching each other. I want to try and avoid that. These two look quite similar, but one has sparkle, so that one's the sparkly one. Not that you can see the sparkle. And then this one is a non-sparkly one. It's slightly lighter. I love this project. It's fantastic for early morning knitting because I don't have to think about what I'm doing. It's very, very mindless. So that is fantastic for when you not really in the mood to put too much in. So that's, I can hear Catherine, not Catherine, Emily. It's her bedtime. I think she's messing around with Daddy. Okay, so what's the next with Portobello? My Advent shawl. Done a tiny bit on this. So I've started another stripe. I love this shawl so much. It's so pretty. Let's try and... So there you go. Here's my Advent shawl. This is the Painting Honeycombs pattern by Stephen West. So it's a honeycomb pattern, and I'm striping each colour. I'm just repeating the stripes, so it's just going to go down, and so it'll basically work back up through these colours, and then I'll go back through this colour and I'll just keep doing that until I run out of yarn. So this is going to be huge. I'm already on something like 300 stitches per row. No, is it 300? Oh, I can't remember now. I know it's a lot. I did count, and it's a lot. So the Advent that I'm using for this was the one I got from Yarn for the Soul. I had the luxury box. These came. Woo! There goes my main colour. See, these are the beautiful colours, absolutely stunning colours, and they're just a lovely rainbow, which is very, very pretty. If I do get an Advent calendar this year, I will be doing it slightly different. If I make something like this again, and I love this pattern so much, I probably will make another one of these. I'm going to progress each colour into its entirety until I run out, because I don't know if my plan to have the colours go backwards and forwards is going to work. I love how it looks at the moment, but I'm just wondering, because I mean, some of these have been through a couple of repeats already, and I've still got lots left. So I don't know whether or not to stop at a certain point and pop them into my minis, in with my 10 gram minis, or just, I don't know. But I'm just looking at it now with it on, and it's beautiful. I just stop admiring yourself in the TV. It's absolutely gorgeous. This yarn is to die for. The colours, it's just really, really beautiful. And the main colour, spot the theme, Attic Spin Dye. I have a current obsession with Attic Spin Dye yarn. I bought this from him at a yarn show, which was Wool at Junction 13, that I went to in November. I think it was November. But I would definitely recommend that yarn show. I'm using some Addies. I bought I think these were the Addy Lace ones. Yes, Addy Lace, which I like them. I don't think I'd be impressed with them if I was knitting lace with them though, because there doesn't seem to be, I don't know, I think my zings are pointier, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So let's just slide that back in there and pop the lid back on. So there's that one. Okay. I'm being so good. Everything's going back in its bag and box. So next work in progress is over there, so I shall go get it. Right, so those of you who watched the last episode will know that I discovered a mystery knit along by a yarn company called Expression Fibre Arts. Now, she sells lots of beautiful patterns. In fact, she's got some new ones out that are currently free. There's a new shawl pattern, and I'm very tempted to download it. So there's the new shawl pattern. It's free at the moment. So I have downloaded the Hearthside Mystery Crochet Along. So there's the Hearthside for crochet and Perseverance for knitting. So I'm using, both have the same, I believe the same colourways. So I'm doing the cool colourway for the knitted project and the warm colourway for the Hearthside. Now it's supposed to be reminiscent of the log cabin pattern but with a twist. That's as much as I know about this particular design, and I don't know what colour the next colour is. All I know, I don't even know what date the next part comes out, because I thought today, the 11th of February, would be the day that part 2 of the Mystery Knit Along would come out, because the first part came out on the 11th of January. But it's not on the website yet, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled though. And let's find the right way. There's the right way. So here is part 1. So I'm using Stash. I love this centre panel. Centre panels, you can't really see it. What can I put behind it? Slightly better. It's just got this beautiful, and what I like is a manageable amount of crochet. This is month 1, which I got done in an evening, and it's very, very simple. I had to take my time. There was a little bit of frogging needed, or I put some stitches in the wrong place quite early on, but this outside border worked up amazingly quickly, so I'm really looking forward to part 2 on that one. But yes, I'm using Stash yarn. This is an Aldi mustard, I think. It's one that didn't have a yarn band, but I've got a couple of these on my shelf upstairs. So there's that one. What's that? Oh dear, excuse me. Oh gosh. And my other crochet along that I'm working on is my Enigma CAL, which is the Crochet Now monthly crochet along, and I am not far from being finished on part, what part number am I on? 11. So looking at the way the stitches are broken up, I think I have another 1, 2, 3 parts left. I think there are 3 parts left in this. So sewing these flowers on was a joy. Not. I tried to do a few at a time over the last couple of weeks, just trying to get them, plough through, get them done, and so that when I was ready to start this part, I would be ready to crochet. I did have to spend some time sewing some more flowers on. Part 11 is going to be star stitch. So I've already got 2 sections of star stitch done there. I've got one more in red to do, which I have most of a row completed on the other end. I quite enjoy star stitch. It's not a stitch I would want to do a whole blanket in, but just for a few rows I quite like them. It's a really, really nice stitch to do, and once you get into the rhythm of it, it's not as complicated as the instructions make it look. It's just a really effective pattern. So I know it's stars, but given the floral elements in this blanket, you could say there were little flowers. This is designed by Esther. It's all in a nutshell. So it's, oh crikey, I don't think you'll be able to. There's the whole blanket. It's just getting too big to go in one shot. Whoop. Maybe I should move that box. I just kicked my advent shawl box against the tripod. Eek. But yes, I love it. And it's at that perfect size now. The evenings are still quite chilly, even though spring is sprung. I've got some beautiful pictures of some snowdrops on my way home from the city centre the other day. And it's just look how beautiful. I love snowdrops. They're that little sort of twinkling of life in the grass that you start to see, that tells you that spring is on its way. So I'm currently working on this until the part is done, which, well, given how much I've got left to do, I'll probably get done tomorrow. If I get up early enough. If I can drag myself out of bed early enough. I might get some done while watching YouTube in the morning, because I'm a little bit behind on my YouTube viewing. Oh gosh. This blanket's too big to fit on my lap. So I've just got one, well, it's not really much of a whip to talk about. It's my new start. And when I say not much of a whip to talk about, this is all I've done. Just that. I took it with me to last Saturday's crochet and knitting classes, and that's as far as I got with it, because I actually had some students, and for the second hour I helped out in the shop. There were lots of customers with questions about yarn and picking yarn. So let's show you what I have chosen to do. So this pattern is in my yarn bookazine. This is the Macro Botanica one, and if memory serves me right, this is the newest copy. I can't remember. Anyway, I am making, can never find it because I moved the I moved my little post-it to where the actual pattern page is. I'm making the Metamorphosis wrap. Just look how amazing that is. It's absolutely stunning. The only problem is it's done in lace weight yarn, and I've never worked with lace weight yarn before. It's very tricky. So the yarn, it obviously, because it's a Shapey's book, it will be all Shapey's yarn, but it's Shapey's Alpaca Rhythm. Well, I can't wear alpaca, it makes me itch. And I had enough lace weight yarn in my stash. So a couple of years ago, at my very first yarn show, it was a Nottingham Yarn Expo, I found this amazing yarn in a bargain bucket. So it's Hey J Yarn. She's got a fantastic Instagram feed. She's a little bit political, so and she's very body positive. I love how body positive she is. This is a lace weight yarn. It's 50% merino wool and 50% silk. It's amazing. It's so soft. I could just stroke it on my face. There's 800 meters per skein. This colourway is blackcurrant. Now, this was bought a couple of years ago, so I don't know if this colourway is still available in her shop. But she's still dyeing and selling yarn, so I will try and remember to link her below so you can take a look. And it just looks amazing caked up. Just look at those colours all caked up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works up. Now the actual pattern has beading. I didn't want to particularly do any beading, so I'm not going to be doing that. But I do have to get familiar with working with a 2.5mm hook. This is the smallest hook I've ever worked with so far. And this, I think this is a cheap one from the range. And this is one of my 3mm that I've got from the Crochet Society. So those are the hooks that I'm using. The yarn is beautiful and soft, and I can't wait to finish that and start wearing it. So that, I believe, it's not all of my whips. You've seen my whip wheel. But it is all of my current whips that I've worked on at some point over the last 2 weeks. Some of them haven't had a lot of work done because they've been first thing in the morning projects, and some of them have had quite a lot done, like my sweater. So I am now going to do my giveaway. Let's talk about my giveaway. So last episode, I decided to give away 2 knitting patterns. I will try and remember to pop a picture of them somewhere around my head. I know I keep saying that and then I forget to post the picture. It is a knit craft knitting pattern for a sweater with toadstools on it. So it's a colourwork sweater. And the giveaway was comment in the comments and mention the word birthday, because in a couple of weeks' time, in early March, it will be my 40th birthday, and I am getting a slightly bigger budget than I normally do for choices for my birthday. So Simon has asked me for some suggestions. I've already put one suggestion in regards to I need a new backpack, which sounds really boring, I know, but I've seen some really nice backpacks, so I've asked for a backpack. And for the rest of the budget, I haven't got a clue what to do with it. So I've had a couple of good suggestions. I did like the idea of putting money towards a knitting retreat, until I saw some prices for knitting retreats. I found this absolutely amazing looking one, but it's like £500 for a 2-night stay somewhere. And I will go to one like that. I will go to one, but just not for a year or two. Because I'll still have to travel up there and everything. That £500 was just to sleep and eat. So there were a couple of family day trips. I love that idea. We are going to do a family outing. There is a light art installation walk around the city centre that's happening in the weekend after my birthday. So we are going to go out for a nice meal, Simon, me and the 2 girls, and then we're going to go for a walk around. So March 2020 was the last time they had the Light Up Leicester, and the girls loved it. They really, really loved it, and I quite enjoyed it too. So we're going to do that. Excuse me, dry throat. I'm almost finished, so I'll grab a drink in a minute. So I asked for ideas. I will put some of those ideas on my birthday list, such as tools, knitting needles and crochet hooks. Get it the right way around, Helen. So earlier on today, I used a random comment picker thingamajig on the good old internet, and I spun for 2 prizes because I've got 2 of these patterns to give away. So I can announce that the first winner that came up was long-time subscriber Soffity. So Soffity, you've won one of the knitting patterns. That will be on its way to you. I have your address, so that's fine. I'll get that to you in the post as soon as I can. And the second winner is Tammy M. She was one of the later commenters on the video, and she said that she's fairly new, if I'm remembering the comment correctly. Okay, yes, so Tammy M, you were the last person to comment on this video, and that you said that is a nice birthday gift your hubby is giving you. I don't have a lot of knitting tools, so that is what I would get if it was me. Good luck to all. So that is definitely something that found its way on my list as well. So Tammy, please can you get in touch with me? I will give you until, let's give you a month to get in touch with me, because I know my videos are long and not everybody can watch them all in one go. So if you want to email me, I am helenbrown791@googlemail.com. My email address is in the box underneath the video. Email me your address and I will get that out in the post to you. So now I've given some stuff away, now I can show you something that's been coming in. So last time I was desperate to show you my new yarn, but I ran out of space on my memory card, and I have space today. So I am going to show you, finally, my amazing new yarn. So we all know about my addiction to Attic Spin Dye at the moment. That's all I talk about lately. And so he has 2 subscriptions services at the moment. The Bird of the Month and the Alice in Wonderland Mystery subscription. So I was like, ooh, I love subscriptions, and I love Andy's yarn. So that was a no-brainer for me. I bought both. They are a dip in and out subscription. You don't have to subscribe to the whole lot in one go. You can just go in, get one, see what you like, see if you like it, and then just go in and out. The Bird of the Month, you are told what bird it's going to be in advance, and the colourways will be in some way linked to that bird. So which one is my bird one? Ooh, noisy. So, oh yes. Oh no, that's not the bird. That one's an Alice one. Okay, so this one was wood pigeon, and there was a picture of a wood pigeon, and this is the colour I got. Just how pretty is that? I haven't got a clue what all these yarns are going to come into. And there's a lovely stitch marker there of a bird in a cage. So I've got a couple of these now. I think, yeah, I've definitely got more than one of these now. But they're really pretty. I love them so much. So this is, yes. I just love the yarn. I just hug it. There you go. It'll sit on my shoulder. It's a bird. It's really soft. This is superwash merino and nylon. It's a 75/25. There's 100 grams. That's approximately 425 meters. I haven't got a clue what all of these single skeins of yarn are going to become, but they will become something pretty one day. I promise. I promise. Sorry for the crinkling, it's in this lovely spotty paper. So the next subscription I have to show you is part 1 of the Alice in Wonderland mystery. I've lost my words. Mystery skein. So these, the mystery colours will come as either a full 100 gram skein, which the first one has. They will come, it could come as a 50 gram and some minis, a couple of 50 grams, or all in minis. It will just come like that. So this, first I'm going to show you this absolutely amazing stitch marker. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's Alice, and she's holding what looks like one of the little Eat Me bottles. It's so beautiful. And so chapter 1, down the rabbit hole. I love that. That's a lovely little touch. So I'm going to keep these cards, and Alice has stayed on the card for now, but I'm going to have to start using her at some point. She's beautiful. She is a little heavy, so it'll have to be a substantial project that she will go on. It also had this lovely Alice in Wonderland themed lavender sachet. I've got a few of these now, and I just love lavender. It's so beautiful. The yarn. The yarn. Look at that yarn. So this is just simply called Alice. And you know, we've got the blue from her dress, the yellow of her hair, sort of the pinky colour. I'm assuming that would be skin colour. It's just, I love it. I love this yarn so much. And I'm so excited to see what else I get in the subscription. I've already paid for the next 2. So the chapter 2, as I am sat here on the 11th of February, I believe is still open. But it will close soon. I'm not sure. I haven't been on Instagram properly for a little while, so I may have missed the announcement of it closing, so I do apologise if I have. But chapter 3 is still up. Chapter 3 will be up until the middle of March. So they will be, they're available to buy up to the middle of the month, and then they're sent out shortly after the cut-off date. And it's so pretty. I love it so much. So those are my new yarns that I couldn't wait to show you, but I couldn't give them proper time and justice last week when I only had about 2 minutes left to get to the end of the video and say goodbye. Which was, I don't like that at all. Other incoming is just my magazines. So I've had, obviously, as I'm working on the next part, I've had my Crochet Now, Love this sweater. Love the sweater. There are a couple of projects in here that I quite like. I quite like this honeycomb wrap. Little bit of fillet crochet there. And that one is suitable for adventurous beginners, it says there. Or that I think a beginner would be able to do that quite easily. So that's the sweater. This is really cute. Tula, the yoga loving elephant. There's an elephant doing yoga. That's so cute. So that's my Enigma CAL. So that is what the blanket's going to look like. So obviously I'm down to these stripes here, so I've literally got this much left and the border. I'm so close to a finished blanket. I love getting to that stage. I quite like that, but I don't know if I'd actually enjoy making it. I quite like the look of it. But that's not actually worked as a star. You're changing the colour as you go round. So I think, oh yes, this Midnight Haze cardigan. I absolutely adore that. That is definitely one to make, and it's in Sirdar Cotton DK. I don't think I'll be using the Sirdar stuff because that's really expensive. But I've really liked using that Hobbycraft cotton, so I might get some of that Hobbycraft cotton when I have some spare pennies. I think that's pretty much it for projects in here that I like. Yeah, that's all my projects. Oh no, Catherine wants me to make this because she loves sloths. So I might, I'm not sure, but I might. Knowing me, I probably will at some point. So free gift was a Mindful Mandalas book, which I'm not overly keen on. I enjoy doing sort of mandala type centres to blankets, that kind of thing, but it's mandalas for the sake of mandalas. Not so much, although I think there are a couple of patterns in here that are, so there's a bib, but I suppose I could put them together and turn them into a little bag. Yeah, and I got a 3.25mm hook with some stitch markers. So that is my knit crochet. What was my free project with my Knit Now magazine? I can't remember. Oh yes, I do, although I can't remember where I put it. It was a little sort of like project keeper. These magnetic things that you can put around your pattern so you can keep a track of where you are. So here's Knit Now, another cover project that I really want to have a go at making. There are a few projects in here that I love too. And so there's this really cute pirate pug jumper. Emily likes him, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might make him. It's Intarsia, and I've done Intarsia. I quite like that poncho. I'm not sure if I'll make it though. It's not something I see myself wearing very much if I made it. It's a lovely Gansey sweater, but again, it's not my thing. So there's this cute little cardigan. It's a very plain, classic shape. Emily is in need of cardigans. It's a shame these don't go up to Catherine's size as well. Because, ooh, Oh, I like that. So an advert for a knitted socks from Finland. And look at those socks. Wow. They're amazing. Ooh. Ooh. Might have to look at those. So Enchanted Wood Shawl. So this is apparently a revisit to the archives. I haven't seen that pattern before, but I love that a lot. I do, very, very much. And these socks, finally. I love those socks. They're really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. So yeah, that is all of the patterns in here, I think. Oh no, there's, oh yes, that's not particularly one I particularly want to make. So I'm quite excited about those. There's so the next one, I need to hide this from Emily because she's got a thing about Care Bears, and I've managed to hide the crochet Care Bear pattern I have. So this is the next issue, which is out 24th of February, so that's no, a week and a half away. I think. I lose track. I do really have lost track. So I'm quite, so Easter knit kit, 20 quick Easter makes. Oh, okay, so there's a little knitting kit, so I will use that and make some of the little free patterns out of that. So that is everything I've got to show you today. This is probably a little longer than it normally is because I've been chattering too much, although it's quite nice that some of you say you quite like the chattering. So a reminder, Tammy M, please can you get in touch with me by the 11th of March with your address, and I shall email you, I shall post out your pattern to you. So that, I believe, is that. So I shall, crikey, it's nearly 8:30. I shall bid you all good day. And I shall see you again in a couple of weeks' time when I will be 40. I'll be 40, or no, nearly 40. So it's 2 weeks on Tuesday. Yeah, I will be almost 40 when you see me next. Oh no, I'm getting old. So I shall see you all again soon. And I hope you have a lovely couple of weeks of crafting. So if you want to get in touch with me, please do. All of my socials are below. You can Instagram me, you can email me, however you fancy. So I shall see you again soon. Bye.